Good afternoon. Thank you for joining the webinar today. We're going to give everyone some time to start adding in. I can see people starting to trickle in now. So we're going to give a little bit of time for people to join. And so far we have a few. Brian, good to see you today. Anthony, thanks for joining. Christine, appreciate you joining today. DeWitt, nice to see you. Glad you could join today. I did see your email earlier today, so good to see that you made it on. I saw the time zone was, you'd gotten the time zone reversed, I think, so I'm glad you sorted it out. And Preddy, good to see you here. It looks like we've got people continuing to join, and as everybody gets a chance to get their audio working and everything, we'll make sure to try to give everybody plenty of time to get in here before we start the important things. Today, we are doing a live Q&A session. And because of that, it's very important that you understand how to register your questions. So as we wait for everybody to join the webinar room here, go ahead and find your Q&A tab. You should have in your Zoom settings, in your Zoom meeting, there should be a toolbar that has a little Q&A icon, and you can click that icon. It will show you the Q&A panel, and you can send in questions, and we're going to answer your questions live. Just to test this out, to make sure that my microphone's working and everyone's able to find the Q&A panel, if you're hearing me and you've accessed the Q&A panel, please just type a quick hello, I can hear you, and we'll see those start to queue up and let us know that everything's going on. Thanks, DeWitt. Anthony, great, pretty nice for you guys to join in again. And we've got lots of folks saying that I'm coming through loud and clear. So we're happy to know that the audio is working. Perfect. We've got lots of people in here that are able to hear the audio, and we're happy that we don't have any technical difficulties. Hi, Christine. Thanks for popping in there as well. It looks like everything is working according to plan. So out of respect for everyone's time, we'll get started. Let me introduce myself. My name is Jason Pettit. I am the Chief Growth Officer here at American Business Systems. I have been part of American Business Systems for 16 years. We've been helping people start successful medical billing businesses for 30 years, 3 solid decades. We celebrated our 30-year anniversary in January of 2024. So we're just a few months over our 30-year birthday as a company. And I'm very happy to have been a part of ABS for about half the journey for 16 years. And a couple of things about American Business Systems. First of all, we have won many awards over the years. For the last 4 years running, we have been selected as a top 100 game changer through Franchise Dictionary magazine. Franchise Dictionary magazine is a great publication. You can get a copy for yourself for free if you go to franchisedictionary.com. One of our partners, FranServe, is the sister company of Franchise Dictionary. We work with a lot of FranServe consultants. I know some of you might be working with the franchise consultant, and this is the sister company that every month issues Franchise Dictionary. It's got a lot of great information, and for the last 4 years running, Franchise Dictionary has selected American Business Systems as a game changer. As I mentioned earlier, we've been helping people start successful medical billing businesses for 30 years. We have loads of different services that you can offer to private practice physicians. We're going to answer a ton of questions about the detail on that as we get started. This is a quick glimpse of some of the services that you can offer. We also offer lifetime support, and we also offer training as a part of your investment with American Business Systems. A very unique thing about our business model compared to other franchises is we have a 30-day unconditional 100% money back guarantee. It's something we're really proud of. We're the only franchise in the world that has a 30-day money back guarantee. And the reason for this guarantee is we want to make sure that each and every new owner at ABS is confident that they made the right choice, excited to start their businesses. And if that's not the case when you go through training, then we want to give you your money back and let you find a business that is going to be a better fit for you. So we're really proud of that 30-day guarantee. And we've got lots of ways to help you explore investing in American Business Systems and what this opportunity is involved with. A good place to start is our 5 Secrets to Medical Billing Success ebook. Some of you may have already gotten this ebook if you're working with a rep here at American Business Systems, but the 5 Secrets is really easy to get a copy. All you have to do is go to our main website, absystems.com. You can see that in the bottom right of your screen. And at the very top of the main page, you'll see the download our 5 Secrets to Success. All we need is your email address, and you'll immediately get access to that 5 Secrets ebook. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely take an opportunity to do that. I want to remind you again, I know we've had several more people join since we started. We are doing a live Q&A today. So in order to send your questions over for us to answer live on the webinar, you need to find the Q&A session, the Q&A section of your control panel tab in your settings with Zoom. Click on the Q&A tab, and you'll be able to type your questions out, and we're going to start answering those live here in just a few minutes. If you have questions already and you want to type those into the Q&A panel, feel free. In 3, 4, 5 minutes, we're going to start answering the questions. So if you want to go ahead and get them started, feel free to do that. We'll see those popping up here in just a moment. But before we jump into questions, I'd like to introduce our co-host today and the CEO of American Business Systems, Adam Phillips. Adam is a published author. He co-wrote 9 Ways Doctors Let Money Slip Through Their Fingers, which is an awesome book and actually a really great tool for you to use as an American Business Systems owner as you grow your business. So you'll get access to that book as an American Business Systems owner to help with your marketing. Adam also recently published an article. He was published in Billing and Coding Magazine, BC Advantage. You can get this at billing-coding.com. It was an article on how AI is going to impact this industry. It's a really insightful article. And Adam, I can see that you've buzzed in on the video there. It does look like your microphone is turned off currently. So if you're ready to say hello, thanks for joining us.
Hello. Hey, thanks for having me. Yeah, I really enjoyed taking some time to learn about AI and its impact on the healthcare industry. You know, kind of the bottom line is it's not going to take over everyone's jobs. It's going to make everyone's jobs more efficient. But, you know, people that are getting into this industry do need to really consider learning as much as they can about the AI tools that are available. And you can read more about that in that article. We can send you a copy of that if anybody would like to read it. Just let me know. So.
Right. Yeah, make sure if you'd like a copy of that article, or if you can't figure out how to get the 5 Secrets book, feel free to send an email to the ABS rep that sent you the invitation for this webinar. You should have their contact information in the invitation. Your rep can get you either one of those right away. Mm-hmm. And I can start to see we've got one question coming through from Anthony, and we're ready to kick off the live Q&A. So for those of you who are attending, go to your Q&A tab, click on the button and start typing those questions in. I think we can probably go ahead and jump right into Anthony's question, and feel free to start queuing up additional questions as well. And don't be shy. We have the last Q&A session that we did, we had a tremendous amount of questions,
Yes.
so many that we couldn't even get through them.
Mhm.
So if you want your question answered, I'd recommend putting it in sooner rather than later. So Adam, do you want to take Anthony's question, this first one we've gotten here?
Yeah, sure. So Anthony typed a question. Are we trained to show a provider's current billing system in comparison to the ABS system as a selling point? That's a great question, Anthony. And part of the process of actually gaining trust with a doctor and getting them to sign on with you as a client is to demonstrate how our systems are actually going to affect their bottom line in a positive way. And so one part of our multi-step marketing process that we help you with is to give them a complete system demo of our platforms and how they are differentiated from a doctor's current system. And one thing that we're really proud of is we've actually partnered with several of the most widely known, widely respected technology partners in the industry, and they actually have several patented features that are unique to our system only, and our system is the only one that can do some of these things. And so what our team does is we have a whole room full of professional demo people, and they do those demos on your behalf as if they are a part of your company that we help you set up. And what they're able to demonstrate is they can actually show the doctors the reasons why our systems are typically able to, help doctors improve their revenues in a very, very large amount, like 20 to 30% annual increase in revenues just by using our integrated platforms. So good question. And that's something that we do for you for free for the life of your business. We will do as many demos for prospective clients as you need. And we can actually tailor those demos as well. We can find out what specialty you're talking to and how big their practice is and things like that. And really kind of tailor the demo to that particular type of doctor and really kind of blow them away with what it can do.
Good point. And let me add one thing to that. The demo team that we have has over a 50% closing rate with those doctor demos.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll go into, maybe more detail about our marketing and sales strategies related to growing your business and, engaging with potential clients and doctors. But when you get to the point in the sales process with the doctor, when the doctor's considering not only your services, but also the software platform, we have over a 50% closing rate with those demos. So the bottom line is most doctors that see the system do end up moving forward and implementing the system in their office and taking advantage of your billing service. So the demo is amazing. And as Adam said, there's 7 patents on the system. There's lots of things to love about it. And your ABS rep can give you a demo of the system. If you haven't already had a demo, please make sure to contact your ABS rep, and they'd be happy to give you a live demo of the system, walk you through the different features and benefits, and also show you how to file medical claims, which is one of the top questions we get. It looks like we've got some more questions coming through here. Anthony's got another question here. I'll take this one. Anthony's asking, how would we handle providers that have an existing in-house medical biller? It's a great question. And so Anthony may know this, but for the sake of everyone else attending, there's 2 basic scenarios that you might encounter when you're marketing a claims filing service like this. One would be, as Anthony mentioned, an in-house biller. That means a medical biller on the doctor's staff that handles filing the medical claims. The other potential scenario would be that the doctor outsources their billing to a third-party billing company. Those are the 2 scenarios you're going to see. In both scenarios, we can provide dramatic increases in revenue and really help the doctor get their operations more efficient and fix some of those operational bottlenecks and inefficiencies. We call these pain points that the physician might have. We can help get those corrected too. But specific to an in-house medical biller, one of the benefits of that scenario is if the doctor is open to getting rid of that position, if they have a medical biller that's not getting the results that they want and they can get rid of that position, that is an additional benefit above and beyond the revenue increase that you're going to be able to achieve filing the medical claims. So they may get a 10, 20, 30% improvement in revenue from you taking over the service and getting better results with the claims filing. But if the doctor can also eliminate that medical biller position, then that is a huge reduction in their cost as well. So those are actually awesome scenarios. Now, there is one caveat here. The in-house biller sometimes is not just doing billing for the doctor. Sometimes that in-house biller also will do, sometimes it's the office manager. So, they're involved with all kinds of other things, or someone else on the doctor's staff that's like a multi-purpose employee. So in that case, it's pretty nice because you can take the medical billing off of that employee. And usually if they're not dedicating 100% of their focus to it, usually they're not doing a great job with it, and then free that employee up to do the other job functions that they have in the medical practice. So in-house medical biller is actually a great opportunity and a great client scenario. You're happy when you see it, and especially if that doctor is open to getting rid of that position. It's a huge, huge increase in the doctor's profitability.
Yeah,
Anything
sure.
to that one, Adam?
Yeah, I was just going to add, I mean, you already touched on it, but we do have that question of like, well, am I after someone's job? Am I going to get rid of? There's a lot of smaller practices where, maybe the doctor has a spouse or someone doing the billing. Like we see that a lot. And so no one has to get let go necessarily. They can, a lot of times you've got, like Jason said, you've got someone who's tasked with doing the billing, but they have 100 other things they have to do throughout the day. So if you can remove that one headache out of their office and you take care of that for them, that frees up the staff to do everything else, like you said. So just wanted to drive that home. I see a question we've got from Orlando. You want me to take that one?
Go for it.
Orlando is asking, how much is the startup cost? Is the full amount required up front? Orlando, so our entire business package that includes every piece of the puzzle, all the training, all the software, all the marketing materials. You get your own website. And most importantly, we give you lifetime support that never expires. That is a one-time investment of $30,000. And that does have to be paid up front before you start. We have a relationship with some financing partners. If you would need financing, we could put you in touch with them. But it does have to be paid in full to us before you start.
I don't think I have anything to add with that. It sounds like you've given that answer a few times in your life, Adam.
Just a couple.
Yeah. Orlando, thanks for your question. And just a reminder for, some of you that might have joined in the last few minutes, please do find the Q&A tab and type your questions in. We are here to answer any and all questions that you guys put into that Q&A box. So I can see we have a few more coming in here. Pretty is asking, can you elaborate on the monthly charge for the software? And yes, absolutely. So the software is a benefit to our owners and also a benefit to the physicians. And the software has 3 different modules that are used, or 3 different sections of the system. So the first section, obviously, is the billing component of the software that you'll be using to file the medical claims. The second component is what's called practice management side of the system that the physician front office staff, like the receptionist and office manager, are going to use in the day-to-day, scheduling and looking up patient records and things like that. And then the third part of the system is the electronic health records portion of the system that the doctor can use in the exam room with the patient. Now, these aren't separate modules. It's not like a separate install disk or something. You've got 3 separate applications. It's one big, fully integrated system. And each user in the system has access to the parts of the system that they need to have access for. And that's all done during a setup process. So the charge for the software, if the doctor wants to use the iClaim practice management system in their office, there is a $254 monthly subscription. Now, the doctor pays that subscription. And that's one of the unique things about our business model. Many of you might be looking into other types of franchises. And the traditional franchise model is it contains what's called a royalty, usually between a 5% to 10% that you're going to pay to the franchisor. So you invest all this money with the traditional franchise, and then as you start making revenue with your new franchise business, you have to write a check every single month for usually between 5 to 10% of your revenue. With American Business Systems, we have no royalty whatsoever. In fact, the easiest way to say this is after the initial $30,000 investment, you don't pay another dime to American Business Systems. So how we make money is through our technology partners and our service partners that Adam mentioned earlier. We're partnered with some of the best-in-class solutions in the entire United States for these kinds of services. So when the doctor chooses to use the system, the doctor pays our partner $254 a month, and then our partner gives us a small percentage of those subscriptions. That's how we're monetized. Instead of us taking a piece of your profit, we make our money when the doctors choose to use these fantastic systems in their office. So we feel like it is the way our business model is structured is very beneficial to our owners compared to the traditional royalty model of a franchise. Freddie, that's a great question, and thanks for asking. You can actually get more detailed costs on the software and the other services in a document that we call our research guide. And if you have not seen the research guide, it's a 65-page PDF. We wrote the research guide to answer every single question we think anybody might possibly ask about starting a business like this. So if you haven't seen that research guide and you'd like a lot more detail on these kinds of questions, feel free to send an email to your ABS rep and they'll get you a link to that research guide straight away.
Very good. Anthony's got a lot of questions. I love it.
Yeah, thanks, Anthony.
Anthony's asking, does ABS provide leads in our area, or are we solely responsible for finding new clients? Another good question. And the answer is kind of a hybrid version, a hybrid to both of those things that you just mentioned there. As you may be aware, Anthony, doctors are pretty unique individuals in terms of who they choose to do business with. And they're not going to want to work with anybody that they don't know, like, and trust, right? So what we do is we provide you the avenue, the resources, so that you can start making connections with people who can put you in touch with doctors and office managers. So our primary marketing method that has found the most success by far, if you look at all of our YouTube interviews and everything, is connecting through people in different networking events and organizations. So we show you how to connect with people. And we're talking about, you're not going to these events looking for doctors even. You're looking for people that work with doctors. So attorneys, CPAs, financial planners, IT guys, people that work with doctors that can put you in touch with them. And so that's been our number one method. And all you have to do is get a name and a phone number through these various methods that we teach you. And then our support team becomes very heavily involved in the entire marketing process. And I mentioned earlier that one step is the demo, but there's actually several steps, that are involved in marketing to the doctors. So what we do, once you get that referral, our team will help you do what's called a practice analysis, where you can actually ask the doctor or office manager some questions about how they're running their practice right now. And then you can come up with a revenue report. So we help you do that demo, like I mentioned. And then the next step is we help you put together a revenue report and your proposal, so that you can basically say, okay, doctor, based on the information that you gave me initially with our first meeting, I've identified some trouble spots here and I've got some solutions to those. And so what our team does is our team will actually make recommendations on what services you should offer that particular doctor, what your pricing should be at, because a lot of times people don't know, well, should I charge 4% or should I charge 10%? I have no idea. So that's what our team does is we do, one thing that we're really, really good at is putting together killer proposals. So we'll help you put that proposal together that makes sense for the practice and for you. And then we also help you with your agreements, everything from start to finish. So all the way through to them signing with you. It's very much a team effort. And, like Jason said, we are incentivized to help you. So we're going to do everything that we can, everything in our power to gain the trust with the doctor so that they want to sign a contract with you. That's what we're good at. So with our help, we can usually get people their first client in a couple of months after the training is done. There we go.
Absolutely.
Stop there.
That's I saw a thumbs up, so I think you did a good job there.
Yay.
One other thing I want to add, when it comes to getting clients, the reason that these businesses are successful, and the reason that our owners are able to very quickly get clients and recoup their investment, the reason that doctors will even talk with our owners is pretty simple. Plain and simple, we get better results. Most of the time, doctors improve their revenue 20 to 30% using the services of our owners. So when you're thinking about the sales and marketing aspect, our owners are not out there begging for contract work. Please let us do your billing. Do you need help with your billing? That doesn't work. Our owners are out there offering dramatic increases in revenue to these physicians. So always keep that in mind when you're thinking about the sales and marketing aspect, because that's what makes the wheels turn in a business like this. We've got another question here from, let me see if I can get close on this name. Hataya, maybe? You can correct me in the Q&A session if I got anywhere close to saying your name properly there. But this is a good question. What percentage of business owners consider themselves successful after investing with ABS? So this is a great question, and success is different for different people. I would say that the majority of our new owners are investing with us, and their goal is to replace whatever income they're earning from their regular job. In most cases, of course, we all want to be millionaires and make, as much money as we can possibly make. But the definition of success for most people is, I want to replace my regular job income. And if I can do that and quit my job and, work from home and have a lot of flexibility, that's success to me. So for people investing with us, that usually means between 3 to 5 clients, usually. Different people have different income needs, so it can be higher than that. It can be lower than that. We've had some people who were absolutely delighted to just have one single client because it was the most money they'd ever made in their entire life. So that's perfectly fine. Is that success to you or to someone else who invests? Maybe not. Maybe your definition of success is 5 clients or 10 clients or whatever your initial income goal might be. But percentage-wise, the easiest way to, kind of put this into terms that are, comparative to the franchise world, if a franchise is being transparent, if they're being honest, most franchises operate with a 5 to 10% what's called dropout rate. which is a friendlier way of saying failure rate. And a 5 to 10% dropout rate is considered industry average in the franchise world. With a few exceptions, you'll have some franchises that are out there with a higher than 95% success rate, but it's pretty rare. And the difference there is we're talking about people. Just because somebody has $30,000 doesn't necessarily mean that they have the discipline and the drive to start a business and diligently grow that business. That occasionally happens with us. We've been doing this for 30 years. So if we said we had 100% success rate, that wouldn't be an honest statement. So we have a dropout rate that's in the same range of other franchises in more conventional franchise terms. We have around a 5% dropout rate of folks that start the business and for a variety of reasons is just not the right fit for them, or they don't put effort into the business. So I would say that our success rate is in the 90 to 95% category. The bottom line is, if you want to start a business providing medical billing services to doctors and you partner with American Business Systems, you will get a client if you follow our processes and partner very closely with our support team. And if you put the effort into the business, the model works. We've proven this for 30 years. So if you put the effort into it and you apply the effort how we coach you, and you work with our support team to make sure you stay on track, you will be successful. But great question, and I hope I got close on your name there.
Yeah, and I was just on our weekly support meeting earlier today, and we were discussing several licensees had landed clients this week. So there's still plenty of opportunity out there, but the system works because people are following the plan that we teach them, and it's working. So let's see. Orlando is asking another question about the investment. What's the average time frame to recoup the 30,000 investment? That's a great question. So let me just talk about the training real quick. So the training is done online with a live instructor. So you can do it from home or wherever you are. And it's done privately with you and the instructor. And it's 10 90-minute modules. So we can work around your schedule, whatever your schedule may be. But that will typically take maybe 2 or 3 weeks to finish the training. And then you become certified. You receive a CMRM certificate, which stands for Certified Medical Revenue Manager. And the people that finish the program and receive their certificate and start marketing, right out of the gate as much as they possibly can, they typically will get their first contract in a couple of months, maybe 3 months or so after the training. And I don't know if Jason mentioned this, but we have many owners that have made 30,000 in their first year with just one doctor. That's it. So, a kind of a worst case scenario would be you sign up one doctor and that's it. You would still recoup your investment in about a year, which a lot of franchises cannot even say that. It takes a lot more effort to get to a return on your investment. Now, that's just talking about like a general practice type doctor, like a single general practice doctor. Our owners are making maybe 30, 35,000 a year on one of those. But if your first client happened to be a specialist, a cardiologist, a surgeon, podiatrist, you could see a return much quicker than a year, because you're making a percentage of what that doctor files to insurance, somewhere in the range of around 5 to 9% typically. So it could happen quicker than that. But that's typically what we see. So I think I answered that, hopefully. I don't hear your audio anymore, Jason.
I hit mute when I took a drink.
Okay.
My bad. Oops. Thank you for the correction. I would have been sitting here blabbing for 5 minutes, talking into no man's land. Christine has a great question that is actually dovetails off of that one pretty nicely. Christine is asking, is there a specific specialty, easy for me to say, of practices like OBGYNs, gastros, podiatrists that are a better target than others. Absolutely. And so there's two reasons for this. First of all, our top three types of specialty medicine, as far as number of clients with our owners, is cardiology, podiatry, and pain management. Those are our top three types of specialty medicine. When you go through training, we're going to teach you around 30 specialty medicine types that are the best clients to target, the best candidates for these services. One of the main reasons that these are better candidates has to do with income. So this actually works very nicely with the last question about how quick can you break even on the investment. Well, it depends on what type of doctor. So in this income example, so usually it takes about 30 to 90 days for our owners to get their first client. That's our average. When you get a client, that physician should generate a minimum of $25,000 to $35,000 a year. That would be a non-specialty medicine physician is that income range. So an easier way to say this is non-specialty medicine clients generate around $30,000 a year. Specialty medicine doctors, cardiologists, podiatrists, pain management generate more like $50,000 to $60,000 a year. So do we recommend you target specialty medicine doctors? And are there specific types of specialty medicine doctors? Absolutely. Because you're going to spend the same amount of sales and marketing effort and roughly the same amount of operational effort for a specialty medicine doctor making, around $60,000 a year as you would for a general practitioner family medicine doctor and making around $30,000 a year. So wouldn't you want to make roughly double the income from your client doing relatively the same amount of work? That's a no-brainer, right? So Christine, excellent question. And yes, absolutely. For our business owners, we want them maximizing their income from these clients with relatively the same amount of effort. It's the best possible thing for a small business owner. Now, there's a secondary reason why targeting specialty medicine practices, in particular, the 30 types of specialty medicine that we recommend. And that reason is some of these doctors get stronger benefits from our systems and services, meaning that cardiologists, podiatrists, and pain management physicians, there's certain features in our software that are more impactful for the daily operations and workflows of those kinds of doctors. So when you can maximize your income and you can help the doctor maximize their income and also get a better operational experience, it's like the best of all possible worlds. Everybody wins. You win, the doctor wins, we win because they're using the system, and that just makes all aspects of the business work much, much better. Great question, and thank you for that one, Christine.
Questions.
Yes.
Christine.
You're welcome, Christine. Thank you for the great question. And we've got a few more questions in here, but there's plenty of people who are on the webinar and we have not seen a question yet. So go to that Q&A section, click on the tab and type those questions in. Oh, Ernesto, I can see you just popped up with the question. Thanks for that. We'll get to that here shortly. And Adam, have you selected one you want to jump on?
Yeah, Pretty is asking, can you elaborate more on the networking event and with CPAs and lawyers, et cetera, like introductions? So we have about a dozen different marketing methods that we teach you that have been kind of perfected over the years. And it's all about, it kind of boils down to education, consulting, and just being helpful. What I mean is, we teach you how to go to these different events. And when we're talking about, like, there's a lot of different groups like Business Networking International, meetup groups, Chamber of Commerce you can join in your local area. A lot of different resources will show you how to get out there and start meeting people. But the idea there is you're, like I mentioned earlier, you're not looking for doctors at these events. You're looking for power partners, referral partners. And all they want to know is that you are there to help them. So we actually teach people your goal to go to one of these networking events, your goal should be to see if you can get someone else a client by referring someone to them. In other words, just being helpful. We also show you how to be, not a salesperson at all, but a person who really wants to consult with doctors and offer them different solutions that you have and things like that. So I don't know. Do you have anything to add about the networking, Jason?
I think you hit it on the head. Our owners, and we keep beating the same drum here over and over. Our owners are helping these doctors dramatically increase revenue. So when you're at networking events and you're introducing yourself, you're not going to say, "Hey, my name's Jason. I have a medical billing company. Do you know anybody that needs help with medical billing?" I mean, who cares? No one cares about that. Maybe they make an introduction, but that's just not compelling.
Right.
What you're going to say is, you're at a networking event or working with what we call power partners, referral partners, and they're going to say, well, what do you do? And you're going to say, well, I have a local certified medical revenue management company. What in the world is that? What does that mean? What that means is I help private practice doctors make more money. Most doctors that work with me increase their revenue 20 to 30%. If you've got any doctors that would like to see if we could help maximize their revenue and get an extra, 20, 30% in the bank every month, we'd love to chat with them. And then let's just put it in context. If you're at a networking event and you're talking with a CPA or a business lender or, any professional who has physician clients, they might say something like, well, okay, I work at a bank. I'm the business lending expert at a bank. And I had a doctor just come in the other day that needed a loan because they couldn't even make payroll to pay their employees. So if you could help them maximize their revenue 20 to 30%, they can pay this loan off and, not have to take a loan out to pay their employees anymore. It's those kinds of things that really grease the wheels for rapidly growing a business. So I hope that gives a little more context. And I'm going to go into the question from Ernesto because it kind of goes into what we just answered a second ago. Ernesto is asking, is there a billing complexity level increase for specialty medicine? Does the complexity level of the billing equal the higher income? Not exactly. That's a really good, potential observation. And there can be some differences with, filing the medical claims for specialty medicine doctors. But for the most part, it's a very similar operating environment filing these claims. What makes it a higher income is specialty medicine doctors generate more practice revenue than non-specialty medicine doctors. Think about it. If you have a family medicine doctor, they're not going to generate on average as much revenue in their practice as a cardiologist. Who do you pay more when you go see? Do you pay more to the cardiologist? Do you pay more to the family medicine doctor? Obviously, you pay a lot more money to see a cardiologist. So the cardiology offices and the podiatry offices and these specialty offices have much higher average revenue levels than non-specialty medicine practices. And our owners charge a percentage. I think Adam mentioned this a few minutes ago. Usually our owners charge between 4 to 8% for the billing service. I mean, as high as 10, sometimes in very unique cases. So if you're charging a percentage, wouldn't you rather have 6% of $100,000 a month compared to 6% of $50,000 a month? And that's double the income for your business. So that's why we go after these larger revenue offices that is, those are specialty medicine practices. Now, even more than specialty medicine, there's another level above specialty medicine, and that's group practices. Now you've got not just one single cardiologist, now you have 5 or 10 or 20 cardiologists. You land one of those kinds of clients and get ready to hire staff, and you're going to have to buy bigger buckets to take all that money to the bank every month.
Yep.
Great question, Ernesto. Thank you.
Yep. We have a two-parter here from Anthony. When starting out, how much time do you recommend daily towards signing that first client? And so I'm assuming he's talking about marketing time. One thing that's really great about this business is it does the marketing can work around a busy schedule. So we have a lot of people that join us that have jobs, other jobs that they're making decent money and they can't quit right away, and so they have to do this business part-time. Well, if that's, the case with you, or maybe you're able to do it part-time, full-time right out of training, that would be amazing as well. But it works around a busy schedule. So in other words, a lot of these networking events and things that we mentioned, we're talking about like an early morning breakfast or a luncheon or things in the evenings, weekends. So it can work around what you've got going on. So really, the effort that you're able to put into it in the beginning is completely up to you, which is great. Obviously, the more time you're spending on, marketing your business, the quicker you're going to get to those contracts where they're signing and doing business with you. So that's why I say, and Jason mentioned on a slide, 2 to 3 months is kind of the average time for someone to get a first contract after the training is over. And that's for somebody who's hitting it full time. I mean, they're out there hitting it as much as they can daily, the marketing and stuff. So that's that. So obviously, if you're doing it, part time, it could take you, 4 or 5 months, maybe even 6 months to get your first client. But the bottom line is the program works whether you're doing it part-time or full-time, as long as you follow our steps and our methodology exactly as we teach you. There are too many doctors out there that are struggling, that need help. So eventually you're gonna find a client, whether it's 3 months down the road or 5 months down the road. The next part of that question is how much time do ABS owners average daily, and what does it normally consist of on a daily basis? Okay, I was thinking that was a question related to doing the work itself, which I may be incorrect there. It only takes about 2 minutes to process one claim. So when you finally get that client that I mentioned, your first client, you're spending about an hour, maybe an hour and a half of actual claim processing work if you're doing the work yourself. You don't have to. You can hire somebody else. But it's about an hour to an hour and a half per client per day to do the work. Do you have anything to add to that one?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head with those for sure. We have probably about 5 minutes left for questions. And so we've got a couple more questions left in the queue. These are going to be pretty quick answers here. For anyone who's still on the webinar and has not launched a question in the Q&A tab, you don't have to be scared of this. We're not going to bite. You can type your question in. We're happy to answer it. So feel free. We do just have a few more minutes here. If you have one of those lingering questions and we haven't touched on your topic yet, please do take a moment to click on that Q&A tab and throw the question our way, and we're happy to jump on it here in just a moment. I'm going to take Preddy's question here. Preddy is asking, does ABS work with laboratory reimbursements? We absolutely do. The easy way to answer this question, regardless of what you would have said, does it work with behavioral health clinics or hospice or whatever? The answer is yes. We are partnered with over a dozen of the best-in-class technology companies and medical services companies, private practice medical services companies. We can handle any environment, dental billing, laboratory billing, pharmacy billing, behavioral health clinics, durable medical equipment. The list goes on and on and on. So it wouldn't really have mattered what you typed in there, Preddy. We can handle all of it. Now, that said, as we discussed earlier, we have a target group of about 30 types of specialty medicine. And if you're going to spend time and money marketing, you want to market to those 30 types of specialty medicine doctors, because you're going to make the most money. The doctor's going to get the strongest benefits from the services and everything. But anyone that you encounter in your marketing efforts is a potential client? So good questions. DeWitt, thanks for asking a question. I'm going to jump on this one as well. Can doctors migrate the data easily to ABS from the current system? Easy, you know, we're talking about sometimes extremely complex systems. Sometimes doctors have heavy customization to their platforms, and there can be scenarios where the complexity of the data migration does get, you know, really in the weeds. And it's not always ideal, but absolutely, these systems are what's called HL7 compliant systems. And so that means, you know, it's like a Microsoft Word document. If you have Microsoft Office and I send you a Microsoft Word document, you can open that and view it and modify it. Same thing with HL7 systems. You can migrate data from any HL7 system to a different HL7 system. It's just not all systems are created equal. And if there's a lot of customization, sometimes those data migrations can have some extra customization and extra time for that data to be migrated. We actually have implementation teams that handle all of that, so it's nothing you have to worry about. But the answer is yes, sometimes more complex than others. Good question, DeWitt.
Yep.
And I look forward to circling back for our demo next week.
Omar is asking, is there any other capital needed other than the 30,000 investment? What is the 30,000 investment for? Well, Omar, that includes every single thing. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't know if you joined in late, but the 30,000 gives you access to all the software systems, all the services, all the marketing materials, all the training. It also includes a website, and most importantly, we give you lifetime support that never expires. And that support focuses very, very heavily on helping you find clients. That's what we're really good at, is helping you close those deals. We tell people, as far as additional capital, your ongoing operational cost is very, very, very minimal with this business. I mean, surprisingly minimal. You know, you don't have to have any office space, retail space. There's no product to stock. You know, you're basically just the cost of running your home business. You know, you can do everything from home. We tell people, you know, set aside maybe a maximum of 10% of the total investment for your entire first year of marketing. So $3,000 maybe for marketing. I mean, that's pretty minimal when you look at marketing costs for other opportunities. So that's it. And then, like Jason mentioned, there is a research guide that you can download, Omar, we can send to you. And it has a page that talks about some potential operational costs that you might incur, like insurance and things like that. So you can go take a look at that document, and that'll give you a better idea of additional capital needed. So.
And this is a great segue into our final couple of slides to wrap up the webinar here. We have a lot of different tools to help you research this opportunity. We are really looking for individuals who are passionate about starting a business like this, who take the time to research and make sure that this opportunity is a good fit. And we're so passionate about this that if it's not the right fit, we have a 30-day guarantee. But here are the steps that you have and the resources that we've prepared for you to explore our opportunity. We've mentioned this several times. We have a 65-page research guide. If you have not seen that, shoot an email to your ABS rep and they'll get you a link to the research guide. It is the best place to start to get to know the details of this business model. We also have an awesome YouTube channel. You know, we do these live webinars every Wednesday afternoon at 4:00 Central. You'll get invitations each week for these. We record these and put these on our YouTube channel. You can find their YouTube channel. Just go to our homepage and you can click the YouTube icon. It'll take you to our YouTube page. We have literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of these recorded webinars, and it's an all-you-can-eat buffet, and you won't be able to get to the bottom of it, I promise you. Many people ask for a reference list of successful ABS owners, and we are happy to provide that. Again, if you have not seen a reference list and if you'd like one, feel free, email your ABS rep. If you don't know who your rep is, Just respond to any email you get from us and somebody will get it and direct you to the right person. We mentioned this also. We offer a live demo. So we can walk you through the software platform, show you the features and benefits. We have 7 patents with our system, lots of features and benefits with the platform. And we can also show you how to file medical claims. Wouldn't that be a pretty good thing to know before you start a medical claims filing business? So if you want to see that demo, again, email your rep. They'd be happy to schedule one with you. If you're getting toward the end of your due diligence with your ABS rep and you haven't seen an ABS purchase agreement, we use a document signing service called Zoho Sign. We'd be happy to send it to you and let you take a look at it and answer any questions you have on the purchase agreement, so you can ask your rep for that as well. And if you've already done all those steps and this Q&A webinar was your last thing to do, then feel free to get with your rep and schedule a funding, and we'll get you into training right away. And we'll be happy to have you joining the team here at American Business Systems. I'll mention one more time, we do have a 30-day unconditional 100% money back guarantee. We're very serious about making sure that this is the right opportunity for you. If it's not, we let you go all the way through the training sessions. It usually takes about 2 to 3 weeks to go through your training sessions with your live instructor. If you get to the end of the training and it's just not what you're looking for, if you don't think you could be successful, let us know. We refund your entire $30,000 investment. We're the only franchise in the world that has a 30-day unconditional 100% money back guarantee. If you have additional questions, I think we got to every single question today. So kudos to you and I, Adam.
Yeah.
If you have additional questions, anything that we didn't address or didn't get into enough detail, if you don't know who your rep is, you can always call our toll-free number. You can see the 866 number there on the screen. You can also send an email to info@absystems.com, and we'd be happy to direct you to the right person and make sure that you get all your questions answered and help you explore very thoroughly this opportunity to make sure it's right for you. I want to thank everybody for joining today. Thanks to all the attendees. We appreciate you taking an hour out of your afternoon. And Adam, thanks for joining. We appreciate you answering questions and being a part of the webinar today. And we will see you next week.
Yep,
Same
good
time,
stuff.
same place.
A lot of good questions. Thanks, everybody. So hopefully we'll see you next week.
Thanks a lot. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.